Good afternoon and welcome to The Balance of Life. I am Pastor Angel Ferguson and I thank you so very much for joining us today. This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. It is always our honor and our pleasure to come and spend some time with you in the Word of God. And you know what? We are just so excited about this day. I am learning to be excited about every single day. That's right, because this is the day that the Lord has made. We have decided to rejoice and to be glad in it. That's right. We have decided to rejoice and be glad in this day. And I'm so excited about what we're going to share with you on today. Such a dynamic word. I want to tell you that not everyone can see you. That's right. Not everyone could see you. And as a matter of fact, not everyone is meant to see you. We all are destined for a specific audience. And so I want to share that with you on today. And let us not forget that our June issue for Hope and Truth magazine is now available for purchase via Amazon. $7 per copy if you order directly from Amazon, or you can connect with us and do a yearly subscription, and we'll give you a pricing for that. Just email us today at thebalanceoflife1@yahoo.com. Or if you would like to view the magazine digitally, we'll send you a free link. You can visit our website at www.angelferguson-ministries.com. Go over to the Hope and Truth tab and you can look at our magazine for absolutely free. All right. So I am also gearing here to tune into our Wisdom app. As you know, we combine both via radio ministry and our Wisdom app. Tuesday through Thursday, every Tuesday, 12 o'clock p.m. to 12:45. Wednesday and Thursdays, we tune in 12:30 to 1 o'clock p.m. Today, I want to talk to you about something so pivotal. Not everyone could see you. Not everyone can see you. And when I say not everyone can see you, is that not everyone has access to the vision that God has given unto you. And so what I want to say to you, I want to encourage you wholeheartedly to understand this. Just because they don't see you does not mean that you don't exist. Just because people cannot see the potential of you, just because they do not believe that you have any gift or talent, just because some people simply like to belittle you and keep you under their level, that does not mean that you don't exist. You exist. And you have great gifts and you have great talents, and you are working in your own capacity. You are working according to the effectual power that you have and the authority. And you know what? It's okay if others do not believe in what you are doing, as long as you believe what you are doing, and as long as you are staying focused to your purpose, your goals, and your dreams. Every now and then we have to come and we have to give such conversations. We have to remind ourselves, and listen, I am the first partaker, but sometimes we have to remind ourselves of this very fact. Not everyone can see you. They can't see the work that you're doing. And so you will have individuals that will try to minimize or undercut or just act like what you're doing doesn't matter. like you're literally doing nothing. And so they will kind of like brush aside what you were doing or ignoring what you were doing, or I like to say it's disrespectful. I'm just going to come out and tell you it is very disrespectful. But I want to encourage you that where you are and the work that you are doing, do not do not stop what you are doing. Do not stop focusing on what you were given to do. And I want to share with you. I love to share with you. Do you not know that? I love to share one of my favorite individuals in the Word of God. And that individual is Nehemiah. Nehemiah had some opposition in what he was doing. And there were some who did not believe in what he was doing. They wanted to minimize. They wanted to laugh at what he was doing. They even compared what he was doing to others who tried to do a work but just could not. And so they picked at Nehemiah. They did all kind of things to Nehemiah, and they even tried to sabotage his work. Yes, he went through a great battle. He went through a great struggle. But what I love about Nehemiah is this. Nehemiah had a response to those who wanted him to stop doing the work that he was doing to come and entertain their silliness, because that's all it is. You will have some individuals who will try to get you to refocus what you are doing. And all that is they want to sabotage what you are doing. They don't want you to work. They don't want you to move forward. Yes, you're going to come across people in your life. They're not doing anything in their life. They don't have any purpose, goals, or dreams, and they don't want you to work on yours. That's a sad reality, but guess what? That's why I am here. I am here to give you the reality of what we face day to day. So a great example that I want to give you is Nehemiah. Nehemiah is doing such a great work, and he's doing a work for the Lord, and he is focused. And Nehemiah had to send a message to those who were trying to belittle the work that he was doing. You know, sometimes you find yourself in the middle of work, and you're working on projects, or you're focusing on goals, and you have your plans together, and you have strategic things that you want to do, and it is towards your goal. Someone might come by and say, "Hey, let's go out. Let's just go hang out." Oh, that's not important. They will tell you what you're doing is not important. Oh, you can get to that later. Or you know what? I got a better way that you can do that. You know, you will come across things such as that. But what I want to say to you is this right here. Nehemiah said, "And I sent messengers unto them, saying, I am doing a great work, so that I cannot come down. Why should the work cease while as I leave it and come down to you?" I'm going to read that again. It says, "And I sent messengers unto them, saying, I am doing a great work, so that I cannot come down. Why should the work cease while as I leave it and come down to you?" So what I want to say to you today, I want to tell you this. You are doing a great work, and you have started on the right path. I want you to stay focused. You have heard me say very often, it doesn't, listen, do not wait for somebody else to come and jump on the bandwagon, pat you on the back to tell you you're doing a good job. Tell yourself you're doing a good job. You don't have to wait for somebody to come along and verbally say, "I support what you're doing." Support yourself. You be the first partaker of the work that you are doing. No matter what genre of work that you are in, if you have a goal, you already have a purpose. You were created for a purpose in this life. You have goals. It doesn't have to be a big goal. It could be financial freedom, getting out of debt. It could be that kind of goal. It could be finishing a course of education, a trade. It could be online. It could be in person. Whatever that goal may be, that's your goal. That's your dream. And it does not matter if they can't see you. You ever heard someone say, you share your goal, your dream with someone, and they say to you, "Oh, I can't see you doing that." Well, guess what? That's your business. You don't have to see me doing it. I see me doing it. This is my passion. This is what I want to do. And especially, I'm always going to tell you this, if it is for the betterment of the earth, of humankind, if it is to better your life, that is the common goal. Is it going to better your life? Are you satisfied with what you are doing? Does it lift or grow the standard of your living? That's all that matters. Are you growing the standard of your living? And education is always going to be the first start. Education. Learn a trade. If you're already in a career, learn as much as you can about the position above you. That's what it's all about. But when someone can't see you, "Oh, I can't see you in your own business. Oh, I can't see you as an author. Oh, I can't see you working as a financial analyst. Oh, I can't see you doing this. I can't see you doing that." Well, then guess what? That's their problem. They don't have to see you. They don't have to see you. Do you see yourself? Can you see you? Can you see you doing things that are going to benefit your life and the life of your family? See yourself. Be like Nehemiah. Be like him. He had several instances where individuals were coming to get him to stop doing what he was doing. He was doing a good work. I believe that there is good work inside of you. It does not have to be grand to someone else. Remember yesterday we shared with you, despise not the day of small beginnings. We all have to start somewhere. But in some people's eyes, they will always see you in a struggle. They will always see you and minimize what you do. And so they won't even have any respect for what you do. But here's something that we all have to learn. You respect what you do. You add value to what you do. You set the precedence. You set the mark. You set the bar. You perfect it. You make it grand as much as you want it to be. Put your best effort in. Give it all you have. Stay focused. Accomplish those goals. This is adding to your resume. This is adding to your standard of living. This is growth. This is maturity. I'm not saying that you have to work, and you cannot relax and have fun. What I'm saying to you is recognize things that want to come, things and people and circumstances that are thrown your way that want to sabotage and that want to stop you from moving forward. Yesterday we talked about words. Words have meaning. They are creative. Words can help us. They are there to help us because we use them every single day and whatever we are doing. Dream is a word. Stay is a word. Add focus to it and stay focused. Remain is a word. Positive is a word. Put them together. grow unto maturity are words. They're a combination of letters. They make words and they are placed together and they have a weight of meaning. They are wonderful. And when we take words and we put them into action, that is what matters. But we must be careful about the words that we choose, and we must be careful about how we use those words. What I'm saying to you is do not allow anyone's words to hinder the positive track that you are on. And here's something else I want to say to you. I thought about this after we ended our time with you yesterday. Silence speaks a lot of words. They do. Silence screams so loud. So pay attention to silence. Once again, if we wait for someone to come along and pat us on the back and tell us how well we are doing, listen, you might wait a very long time. They might not come. So tell yourself you're proud of you. Tell yourself good job. Tell yourself you can do better. Tell yourself. Encourage yourself. Support yourself. If you won't buy into what your program is, how will someone else buy into it? It won't happen. You are the first partaker. You really are. It starts with you. Let me give you this example. A couple of years ago, and I've been in radio now for 5 going on 6 years. And at the very beginning, I was so excited. And then I entered a period of time I was not dedicated to my schedule. I'm just being very honest and transparent. And so I had a set time, and let me tell you, during this particular time, I was willing to adjust my schedule, meaning going live, to fit someone else. I did it. I really did. And I felt awful after each time I did it. Or I would allow someone to interrupt my time. Now, I knew what time I needed to be on the air. I knew what time I needed to prepare to get on the air. But I would entertain and have conversations, and I did not prioritize myself. And so those individuals had no respect for what I was doing, because in the end, I had no respect for what I was doing. And I had nobody else to blame but myself. If I missed a deadline, if I wasn't on the radio, if I wasn't prepared by a certain time, if I tuned in late, I had nobody else to blame. I couldn't blame anybody else because I did not respect what I was doing. That goes back to Nehemiah. Nehemiah understood exactly what he was doing. And so he set a standard, he set a bar, and he said, you know what, you may not respect what I am doing, but I respect what I am doing, and I am focused because I have a goal in mind, and I have things to accomplish, and I want it done by a certain time, and I must keep this schedule. I must keep and focus what I was sent to do. I had to learn that same principle. And so I'm not telling you something that I did not have to learn myself, that I did not have to get an understanding for myself. I had to respect what I was given to do. I absolutely love what I do, but I had to learn to respect it. I had to set standards and I had to set boundaries. It was a valuable lesson. And let me tell you something, I didn't get it the first time. It took a couple of times. And finally, I'm like, Angel, come on, you have got to get it together. You cannot fluctuate with this. You cannot be up and down. You have to get this in order. Because if you don't respect it, they won't. So I set the bar. And I took on the same lesson that Nehemiah taught so long ago. I'm doing a good work so that I cannot come down. Why should the work cease while as I leave it and come down to you? But do you think that they stopped? They said, yet they sent unto me 4 times after this sort, and I answered them the same manner. Once you set the bar, once your standards are set, they don't get adjusted to please people. No. If you really think about it, do they adjust for you? Do they stop doing their work to adjust to your whims? Absolutely not. Pay attention to the advice that you receive as well as the advice that others will take. If you come across a person and all they have for you is advice, or they want to know all your details, but when you want to give them some advice or you ask them about their details and they shut down and they are quiet on you, that's something wrong with that. Check that connection. Because iron sharpens iron. A lot of times when people only want to know about all of your details and they want to impute or interject their ideas into your vision, that is sabotage, because then it will no longer be your vision. It's their idea. It's their vision of what they want to do. And so I am always so very careful about who I connect with and what we discuss. Now, if you're going to give me some advice and it lines up with my vision, hey, I can consider what you are saying. But if your ideas and your suggestions take me off of the path of the vision, then guess what? I jump off board. I shut down. You can keep talking, but I really don't hear you. I've had to learn this. I didn't just start yesterday. I started a long time ago. But we all learn by experience. We learn by mistake. But what I want to say to you today is not everyone can see you. They can't see you. What they see is a remembrance of, and we talked about this last week, they remember you growing up if they have that experience with you. They remember your adolescent years. If it was your go-to buddy, your hangout buddy, they remember those days. But when you begin to mature, when you begin to get yourself in order and begin to move at a different path and at a different speed, and you wanted to live better, they lost sight of you. That's not the person that they know. You're the same person, you just matured. But do not allow what they cannot see to hinder you. Do not be ashamed of the great work and the great path that you have started to take. Because it's going to come a day when you go over your life and you begin to think about what you wanted to do, your desires, your hopes, your dreams, and the opportunities that you've had, and you're going to begin to think about the times that you started. And let me tell you something, you're also going to remember the things that came along to sidetrack you, that got you off focus. That right where you were at the pinnacle of a breakthrough, something or someone came along and shifted your focus, and you lost track of time, and you were never able to get back to where you were. So stay focused. Absolutely stay focused. No matter who may come along to support you, you show up. I have this thing about me. I'm not worried about anybody else being late when I am in charge of something, I need to be on time. I cannot give an account for the actions of others. Am I prepared? I already know what I have to do. Am I prepared for what I have to do? Did I show up on time? I don't like to do things unplanned, but can I shift? I always have something in the back of my mind. I always have something that I can bounce back to. I stay focused because I know where I'm headed. I know who I am. I am confident in the gifts and talents that I've been blessed with because I know who gave them to me. And I keep them cultivated. I keep them developed. I keep them critiqued. I encourage myself. A long time ago, my father, Apostle Naaman Wilson Jr., taught me this very valuable lesson. Learn to speak and handle one as you would 1,000. And in that way, you're not disappointed about the numbers that do or do not show up. You're not moved either way. And so if I set the standard, if I set the bar, and I'm preparing to teach or to minister or do anything, whether it's 1 or 1,000, I'm confident. I'm not moved by the numbers. And when you have that mindset, if only a few show up, listen, you are prepared to speak to a multitude. Do you not know, and it is scripture, it says where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, I'll be in the midst. So, what did you prepare for? Did you prepare for the masses, or did you prepare to speak to 1 or 2 people? Because when I tell you this is going to blow your mind. If you only prepare to speak to 1 or 2 people, then guess what? You're not going to give it much effort. Because the thought process will be, oh, it's just a few. I don't need to go all in. That's the wrong attitude. But you have to prepare for the masses. You have to prepare for the greater. If you minimize what you do, so will others. If you do not understand and see the big impact that you are making upon not just your life, but for those that you will come in contact with, no one else will recognize that impact. If you do not have confidence, if you do not walk in the confidence and the admiration that this is your field and this is your expertise and you know exactly what you are doing because you have studied to show yourself approved, then guess what? They will smell the fear. They will smell the fear. They will smell the fact that you did not get prepared. They will smell it. And they will judge you accordingly. And they will look at you in a diminished capacity. But I want to tell you today that guess what? While you are in the room and there's no one there to impress, get yourself together. Study to show yourself approved. Prepare. Get things lined up. You are the impact. Oftentimes we are waiting for an invitation, but let me tell you something. You are the invitation. Sometimes we're looking for a miracle without realizing that guess what? You are the miracle. Sometimes we're looking for such a great presence of a person to come in to give an eloquent speech and a dynamic dialogue, and we're just looking for them to come in and do all of these magnificent things. And guess what? You can do it too. If you put your mind to it. It's in you. So, Not everyone is going to see you, but you must see yourself. How is it that you see you? What is it that you are answering to? You know what? I'm going to give you an assignment, and I'll be back on Tuesday. I want you to pick a word that defines you. And I want you to understand that word, study that word, and I want you to cultivate that word, and I want you to live it. Have a blessed day, everyone. This is my Friday, but you know I love you without measure simply because I believe in the potential of you. I absolutely do. And you know what? We are still giving away free downloads of our magazine, Hope and Truth. If you would like a download, it's a digital copy of our magazine, Hope and Truth. All you have to do is email us at thebalanceoflife1@yahoo.com, and we will send you a digital copy of our June issue of Hope and Truth magazine. Have a blessed weekend, everyone. I absolutely love you without measure simply because I believe in the potential of you. Go ahead and take that assignment. And if you would like to share with me the word that you have for yourself, how you describe you, how do you see yourself, you can email me at thebalanceoflife1@yahoo.com. Get that word. And let's figure out how you can use that word to better your way of living. I'm signing off now. Have a great weekend.